We've got ourselves some of these floating bags, and we are going to put all of them into bottom cages. So this one's actually got some markets in her, so these ones would go to bottom cages anyway. But we're really thinking of getting rid of all these floating bags. This was a pain in the butt to just lift up. And these bottom cages, we got this bad boy. I don't understand why we're lifting them with our hands. So we're getting out of the floating bag game for now. If it's wrong, we'll fix it. But this is just, we had to hand lift these out of the water. Not complaining, but it doesn't make sense when you got a crane that can do it. This is probably 10 bottom cages. It took us an hour of lifting and hauling when this guy could get 10 bottom cages in 20 minutes. 20, 30 minutes, half the time, half the labor. So the real question is, floating bags, they are making our oysters pretty, we think. So we're going to attempt to over tumble and see if that works for us to keep the nice shell shape. Everything that you see here came out of those floating bags. The small stuff that's coming out of the second tube, this stuff is all gonna go into 1/2-inch cages. And then we got this stuff. Bags. This is the first one. Hey, this is more than I thought we'd get out of here. My God. So these are all the markets that come out. These things are ready to sell. It's springtime, so I guess there's more than we figured, which is always good news. Do you have a knife on you? I think it is. It's finally got good use.
What have I been missing? I wonder if Kyle took it. Oh my.
Watch your step behind you. Ourselves some oysters, and you want to. Wishing you a very happy Tuesday. Nice.
Really?
Yeah.
Does he know that's your line?
I guess so. By the time you get this, it'll be Wednesday, close enough, right? Yes, it does. All right, so there should be 500,000. And we will try and recycle this and use it for somebody else. Ship it to like a friend. Hate this styrofoam shit.
You're keeping your head above water.
Go back to the bottom gear.
There we go.
Yeah.
Alright. Ooh, nice still cold. Ooh, oh yeah, it's a scuttle sack. It's a half. I remember this from last year. There we go. 528,000. 2mm Debbie's. Oh, they got exactly what I wanted. My God. That is a 500,000 seed. Fuck. How tiny those are.
Looks like sunflower seeds.
Small. Like sesame seeds.
God, I hope these fit in the bags. It will. Well, it is gonna be close. It'll work. It'll work. You know what? It's a learning experience. That's why we get seeds so cheap, so we can just learn. But whoever counted this, good for y'all. Got anything to say, Mother?
No. Cheers.
Has been very healthy. Very good waters this year, so a lot to be happy about. And getting to put new seed out today. Favorite day of the year for me, actually. We don't buy gold, we don't buy Bitcoin, we don't invest in the banks. We buy food. Lots and lots of food. Okay, so we need to do some quick math. So
This would be easier.
they gave me 8 liters, Mama.
Alright.
I need to divide it into 60 of these guys right here. So what's that?
I gotta find my calculator. 133
Liters? Milliliters?
liters.
It's 133 milliliters because you did 8,000. So a milli. Okay, so it's 133. So what is 133 milliliters to cup?
Oh, so this is milliliters to a cup. 250 mLs to a cup.
Okay,
That's the bladder holds 500 mLs.
that's good to know. Oh, it's asking me. I just answered. How many milliliters is a cup?
240.
1 cup is equivalent to 236.588 milliliters.
236 divided by 133. Okay, a
6.
little bit over half a cup per bag.
So, but this is in cups.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Okay. So you need 2 scoops per bag.
2 little baby scoops.
2 baby scoops per bag.
All right.
We're gonna need more cages. I guess you should wait and get rid of the inch cages we got first.
No, so think about this, boys. We only need 8 cages to hold 500,000 oysters.
Oh, for the 2 mil stuff.
Yeah,
Right.
so it goes like
Yeah,
this.
it's smaller.
60 divided by 4 is 15, and I'm gonna stick 2 in each section. So it'll be 8.
That'll help when like
That's the secret. See,
clean these things.
they think that's the reason we're not using that little white thing out in the back, because this is just way easier for us.
Few cages.
That thing over there, when we can just do it this way, and we don't have to worry about a pump, we don't have to worry about nothing, because that's what we would be putting this size seed in, and I think that's what everybody else is doing right now.
So it's 2 of these.
Because you know who watches this?
Row on oysters.
Jack watches this.
Oh, he does. Hi, Jack. Hi, Jack.
Tell him he needs to come out here
2
scuttling.
cups
Come
per
and
bag.
scuttle.
Oh, look at that. All right. Oh my God, it actually fits, boys. Shaker, and let's do a shake test and see if any of them come out.
Very good.
My goodness, boys, they're holding. They are holding. Congratulations. All right, we'll set up.
These bags.
You'll be the. Okay, perfect. Nice. Isn't this a lot more fun than your other job?
Yes.
You could literally do this. You know that, right? You just gotta quit your job.
Uh-oh. We got bent. I guess it'll still fit.
So I did that on purpose.
Right. Yeah.
To keep 'em-
off,
yeah.
Off the cage.
You've been watching the videos, Scuttler?
Uh-oh.
Phil has not watched a single video yet.
That's not true. I've watched a couple.
You didn't.
I've watched a couple.
I forced him to watch
And
it.
I've subscribed.
Oh, just a reminder, subscribe.
Yeah, right.
But just planting some seed. This is our other stuff that we're gonna get knocked out today. Okay, so this stuff right here is everything that came out of the first or the second hole. These are 1/2-inch cages, so this will be a first load, and that's gonna go to the lease right there. Then we've got all of this, which came out the end of the tube. These are all markets, so we're gonna give them about 3 more weeks to grow. But these oysters will go all the way actually behind the shed. We have another lease that stays open. And then this stuff right here is kind of the stuff that came through the first section. We're trying to stay away from using floating bags, so we might just put it into a 1/2-inch bottom cage and kind of let it see how it rides. Some of the stuff, when it gets to this age, and you can see that this stuff is grown at the same way quicker than this, there are slow growing oysters. And it's a debate whether it's even worth it to keep them around because they fill up your gear. So, not exactly sure what we'll do with that.
I mean, the beauty of it, and I did love it.
But and, you know, it's a skill,
Travel anywhere and get a job.
and it's a skill that you will use
Oh, for sure.
and enjoy.
And I've taught my daughter.
Do you need a mouth?
Got a two-tongue weight.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take these bad boys and try and flatten them get them as spread out as possible, and just slide them right on there. We'll take another one, slide it right on in there. put 2 of them in there and come back in next week and see what's up. 528,000 oysters will be on this one boat at one time. And oh, knee to the cage. Yeah, I'm good. But let me get a little drone shot.
To my backbone, and it's dragging me around, but I don't listen. All your critics are red, mind your own business. That's right. Better run red lights. Now watch me fly. Got an angel to my left, devil to my right. We're going down. Hit the road, Jack.
What the hell is this? Today, I'm going to show you one of the tools that we use as oyster farmers. This thingy. I think it's called a spectrometer. That was actually the other tool. I don't know what this is called, but it detects the water temperature and the salinity. I'm gonna show you how we use it. Water temperature is extremely important for oyster farmers to monitor because it basically explains how much food will potentially be in the water. We have had some situations where the water temperature goes up so much that it creates harmful algae blooms or produces some kind of mortality event with high temperatures. The next is our salinity. Now this is important for a couple of reasons. When you're selling your oyster, it'll basically say how salty your oyster is. I do know that everybody says they want a salty oyster, and that is about 30 parts per trillion, at least from what we've noticed. Our water typically is about 30 parts per trillion. People are like, your oysters are super salty. A less salty oyster, but it's still a good flavor, would be 16. And then once you start getting below 10, you lose a lot of the salt flavor. So this tool is extremely valuable to us. Another thing about salinity is when you are taking small seed and moving it from this seed that we particularly just got from OSH, Oyster Seeds Holdings, they actually asked us what our salinity was before we ordered it because they were going to acclimate it to our salinity. Theirs is closer to 14, ours is usually closer to 28 or 30. When I checked it, it was about 20, so they did acclimate it a little bit. They acclimated it up to 25. I'm gonna show you how this thing works. So I take this comes off, just turn this bad boy on so you can read that. So we've got a little cup here. What we will do is I'm gonna take a little bit of this, some of that river water, good old river water. Let's see what this bad boy says. Okay, this is measuring, which is actually pretty close to accurate for us, I believe, if this thing is accurate. So that is the water 75.5 and the salinity is creeping back up. The reason the salinity goes down, there's a couple of reasons the salinity can go down or raise. So it's actually all rainfall. Unless there's like a sewer, it would have to be massive. The only thing that can really bring it down is rainfall or drought. Drought raises salinity, rainfall drops salinity. Tastes like 22 to me. That's what we've been doing for years, man. I would say that is a little less than normal, but it's a good tool for an oyster farmer to have. The more information you got, the better you can take care of your oysters.
Got an angel to my left,